Okay, in this video, first I want to run a little test. We've got 20 and 10. I want you to put a comparison symbol in there. It has to eat the bigger number, so that is what we have. Now I'm going to run some tests. The first test I'm going to do is I'm going to add 3 to each number and then make the comparison. So if I add 3 here, it's 23. If I add 3 to 10, it's 13. Sign still would open this way to the bigger number, so no change when you add. Okay, now subtract 3 from each number. Go back up here, don't go here, go back up here. So if I subtract 3 from 20, that's 17. Subtracting 3 from 10, 7. Sign still opens the same way to the 17. Okay, now divide each number by 5. So 20 divided by 5 is 4. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Well, 4 is still bigger, so it didn't change. Now I'm going to divide again, but this time instead of just dividing by 5, I'm going to divide each number by -5. Well, 20 divided by -5 is -4, and 10 divided by -5 is -2. Now -2 is bigger, so the sign's changed. So I'm going to write change, exclamation point. Okay, remember that. When you divide each side by a negative number, the sign changes. Now, let's go up here and multiply each side by 2. So it's going to be 40, that's going to be 20. Okay, the sign's going to be the same because 40. So no change when you multiply by a positive, but what about when you multiply by a negative? -2. That's going to be -40 and -20. But now -20 is bigger, so the sign opens up. So we got to change. So I've covered every possible thing that can happen. The only time we have to worry about the sign changing is when we divide by a negative or multiply by a negative. Okay? That becomes important with what we're doing on the next page. I'm going to make 8 boxes. Okay? We have to solve and graph each inequality. Okay, here's the first inequality. X minus 6 is less than or equal to -12. Now, when you're solving with an equals, you just find the one number and you're done. But when you're dealing with greater than less than, you need to represent your answers on a number line because there isn't just one answer. It starts at one number, but then it goes either greater than that number or less than. That's all the solutions. You can't list all the solutions. It's impossible because there's an infinite amount. Okay? So we use our number line to represent the answer. Now I do this similar to when I solve equations. I make a wall on the side of the X. There's my symbol. I put a multiplier of 1, dot, circle. Now I have a question. That 1 right there is positive. Okay? If it's positive, that sign is not going to change. So it will stay the same. If that would have been a -1, that symbol would have changed. I would have flipped it the other way. Now I do my thing. I have -6, so it's plus -6. We have to add 6 to get from -6 to 0. Now when you're adding and subtracting on both sides, you just line up your symbol, and you got 1 dot x, and then -12 plus 6 is -6. Now I can divide by 1. Now I can come down here. X comes before the symbol. Sometimes it comes before, sometimes it comes after. This particular problem, it comes before. So X, -6 divided by 1 is -6. So -6 is your starting solution. You would fill it in because the equal to lines there. And to determine which way it goes, you say, okay, does it eat the X or does it eat the number? It eats the number, okay? It's like a mouth. It eats a number. Whenever it eats a number, it goes this way. So on this number line, you just put X. You just basically copy down what you left off of. Okay, next one. Negative 3 greater than X minus 7. Okay, wall can go up. The multiplier is a 1, but it's a positive 1, so that symbol will stay the same. Outside, you have a negative 7, so you need to plus 7. And then go plus 7 to your negative 3. So you line up the symbol. I got my 1 times X over here. On the other side, negative 3 plus 7 is 4. Now we can divide by 1. Now, 4 divided by 1 is 4, but in this problem, the X comes after the symbol, so we put it after the symbol. And then 4 divided by 1 is 4. So our critical number is 4, circle. We're not going to fill it in because the line's not there. And this time it eats the number again. So we're going back. Even though that might be a greater than sign, it goes back this way. So 4 greater than X. Okay, next problem. X plus 0.7 greater than or equal to negative 3.5. Okay, so make the wall on the side of the X. The multiplier gains positive 1, so that means the sign is not going to change. We need to minus the 0.7 from the negative 3.5. So line up your symbol. So you got 1 dot X. Negative 3.5 minus 0.7 is negative 4.2. And now we're ready to divide. Now X comes before the symbol, so put it before the symbol. Negative 4.2 divided by 1 is negative 4.2. So negative 4.2 is your critical number. You circle, you fill it, because the line's there. And this time it eats the X, okay? So if it eats the X, it goes this way. So X greater than or equal to negative 4.2. Okay, next problem. Negative 2X greater than or equal to 14. Make your number line, wall, dot, circle. We have a negative multiplier, so that symbol, see up here is positive 1, positive 1, positive 1. Now we have negative 2. So a negative multiplier means the sign switches. Now if that was positive 2, I wouldn't switch it, but it's negative 2. So I go straight for division by negative 2. X comes before the symbol, so put it before the symbol over there. 14 divided by negative 2 is negative 7. So you got negative 7, circle, fill it in. It eats the number, not the X. Okay? So if it's eating the number, it goes this way. X less than or equal to negative 7. Okay, next batch of problems. Negative 5X less than or equal to 10. So there's a number line. Wall, dot, circle. So negative 5 is the multiplier. Guess what that sign does? It changes. Then we divide by negative 5. And X comes before the symbol. And 10 divided by negative 5, negative 2 comes after the symbol. So negative 2 is a critical number. I fill it. And it opens to the X, so it goes this way. Eats X, I should say. So X greater than or equal to negative 2. Next problem, 18 less than negative 9X. Wall goes up, dot and circle, and we have a negative, okay? The sign then switches. Okay, you can go straight for your division. But now X comes after the symbol, so put it afterwards. 18 divided by negative 9 is negative 2. So negative 2, circle, don't fill it, and it eats the number. It does not eat the X. So eating the number means the number's the that goes that way. Negative 2 greater than X. Okay. Next problem, X divided by 4 is less than or equal to 5. Now I can make my wall. I don't create a multiplication though, because x has a division operation. So when it has a division, I circle the division. Now look at that 4. Is that positive or negative? It looks positive to me, so that symbol will stay the same. And you can just go ahead and multiply. So x is before the symbol, and then over here we're going to have 5 times 4, 4 times 5, that's 20. So 20, circle, fill it, eats the number, not the x, so it eats the number, it goes this way. Alright, next problem. This one's kind of a hard one. Negative 2/3 x plus 4 less than 18. Okay, wall goes up. This time you put a dot. Now there's a division, but it's not under the x, so we use a dot there. Now circle the dot. That's a negative. 2/3 is negative, so then that sign switches the same. Now we do this the same way we always do when there's a multiplier. First we get rid of the plus 4 by minusing 4. Line the symbol up. 18 minus 4 is 14. We got negative 2/3 times x. Now we divide. And we divide both sides by the fraction negative 2/3. Now we come over here. Now x comes before the symbol. On the other side we're going to divide 14 by negative 2/3. And I got negative 21. So negative 21, circle, don't fill it, okay? It eats x, so it's going this way. Next batch of problems. We got negative 2 quantity 6 plus x greater than or equal to negative 15 minus 2x. Something weird's going to happen in this problem. I'll set the number line up. Okay, so you need to do the rainbows. So negative 2 to 6, we'll put a 1 in front of that x, negative 2 to 1. So I line up my symbol. Negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. Negative 2 times 1x would be negative 2x. And over here you got negative 15 plus negative 2x. Now you can't make your wall because you have x's on opposite sides. But they're the same problem, okay? They're the same. When they are the same, you can cross them out here. If they're the same on opposite sides, you can get rid of your number line. You don't need that. And what you're going to do is write all solutions or no solutions. Then you're going to circle the right one. Now what's bigger, negative 12 or negative 15? I think it's negative 12. Does the sign eat the bigger number? It does, so it's all solutions. If it doesn't eat the bigger number, then it's no solution. Okay, next problem. 5x plus 7 less than or equal to 22. So number line, wall, dot, circle. Positive 5 means the sign will not change. And then I get rid of my 7. 5 times x. 22 minus 7 is 15. Now it's time to divide. X comes before the symbol, so put it before. 15 divided by 5 is 3. You have 3 as your critical number. You fill it in, but it eats the number, so that means it goes this way. X less than or equal to 3. Okay, next one, negative 3, quantity x minus 5 greater than or equal to negative 3. Okay, the parentheses got to go first. So times, that's a negative 3, times it by a 1x, and times it by a negative 5. So line up your symbol. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3 with x. Negative 3 times negative 5 is 15, and over here we have negative 3. Okay, now you can make your wall because you just have the x on this side with a negative multiplier, so the sign flips. Okay, so plus 15, you need to subtract that. Negative 3 dot x. Negative 3 minus 15 is negative 18. Wall, circle. Now divide by negative 3. X comes before the symbol. Negative 18 divided by negative 3 is 6. So 6 is your critical number. You're going to fill it in, and it eats the number. Okay? So when it eats a number, go back that way. So x less than or equal to 6. Okay, next one. 5f greater than or equal to 6f minus 6. Fx is all the same, okay? So there's a symbol. I'm not making my wall because we got f's on both sides. Now normally I get rid of the smaller one, but if I get rid of the smaller one there, I'm not going to have anything over there. So get rid of the other one because you'll still have a negative 6 over here. So minus 6f minus 6f. Line up your symbol, negative 1/2, and then 6. Now we can make the wall. And that multiplying number, negative 1, that's negative, so the sign flips. And we go straight into dividing by negative 1. So f comes before the symbol, negative 6 divided by negative 1 is 6. Circle, fill it, and it eats our number. So if it eats our number, guess what that means? You are going back the other way. Okay, next one, 6 minus 3x greater than or equal to 4 minus x. Once again, you ain't making no wall with x's on opposite sides. You have a negative 3 here, you got a negative 1 here. Now I can get rid of the smaller one because I still have 6 there. So plus 3x and plus 3x to the negative 1x. So line up your symbol and you have 6. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2x plus the 4. Now the wall goes up, dot circle. That's a positive, so that sign is going nowhere. Get rid of the 4 outside by subtracting. So you've got 2 dot x. Now divide by 2, divide by 2. X comes after the symbol, so put it after. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So you got 1, circle and fill it, and it eats x. So it eats x, it goes this way. So 1 less than or equal to x. Okay, negative 2 times the quantity 6 plus, actually I already did that problem, so I'm going to take it off, okay. 9 plus 2x less than 2x plus 1. Okay, so here's the symbol. You have x's on both sides. What's the smaller one? Oh, they're the same. So I get to cross them out as long as they're on opposite sides. Had those been on the same side, I'd add them and it'd be 4x. But opposite sides, you cross them out. So we don't need no number line. That becomes all solutions or no solution. 9's bigger, but the sign does not open up towards 9. Opens up towards the wrong number, so it's no solution. Next one, 2, parentheses x minus 8, less than 16 plus 2x. Okay, you guys better get a number line, or distribute, or rainbows going. 1x and negative 8. So 2 times 1x is 2x, 2 times negative 8 is negative 16. Nothing else there, so now I go to my symbol, 16 plus 2x. Again, you got x's on opposite sides, and they're the same, 2x and 2x. So I get to scribble them out, and I get to scribble my number line, and then it becomes an all solution or no solution. Negative 16, positive 16. Well, the bigger number's here. Does it eat the bigger number? Yes, so it's all solutions. Okay, 6x minus 4 less than or equal to 2 times the quantity 3x plus 6. Again, you got to get rid of that parentheses before you worry about anything else. So line it up. No parentheses here. If you want to make that a plus negative 4, be my guest. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times 6 is 12. Wall can't go up, but again, you got x's of the same kind with the same multiplier in the front, so those cancel out of the inequality. And the number line is now we don't use. It's all solution or no solution. 12's bigger. Sign opens up towards 12. That's an all solution.